Hello and welcome to another Legacy deck review. Today we have the Supreme King's Evil Heroes.
構えろ。楽に死なせはしない。
So what are the Evil Heroes? Well, they're basically corrupted versions of Jaden's elemental heroes while being under the influence of the Supreme King, and the new support in Supreme Darkness expands on that idea with multiple new cards such as the Evil Bubble Man, Evil Prisma, and most importantly, Evil Neos. Which kinda reminds me that during that arc we didn't see Neos that much talking to Jaden. In any case, let's take a look at the deck list. So here's the deck list I made. Obviously if you play Omni Heroes, it would be much better, but I tried to keep it to only Evil Heroes. In any case, first we have one Malicious Edge. I also tried to have as many Evil Heroes as I could. Gotta keep it in character, you know. And then we have Inferno Rider. Inferno Rider which is a new card, and it has a bunch of cool references in its design. Especially its effect where you have to banish 4 other monsters including this one, and then you can set Super Polymerization to your field. And that's pretty much a reference to the episode where Braun, the Dark World monster, had to sacrifice 5 people to create the Super Polymerization card. So that's a very neat reference in the card. The artwork is also a reference to a monster that appeared vaguely in like a nightmare that Axel had. In any case, very cool card and design. Then we have Sinister Necrom, which is a very cool card, which is able to special summon a monster from the deck by banishing itself to the graveyard. It's a very nice upgrade to Necro. I forgot its name. Necro. In any case, you know the one I'm talking about. Adusted Gold, which is the MVP of the deck, since it searches so many cards in this deck. It's crazy. It got so much better with the new support. Can't play a hero deck without Stratos. Dead End Prison, another new card, and it's pretty much an Evil Prisma with a similar effect but more powerful since it doesn't copy the name of the card, it just becomes a substitute for any fusion monster. Then we have Infernal Gainer, Shadow Mist, just to have the mask change easily available. Then we have Toxic Bubble, which is an evil Neo Bubble Man, not the original one. And it has an effect to special summon itself just like Bubble Man, but it has a much better effect for drawing 2 cards, since the restrictions are way less harsh. Then we have Infernal Prodigy, just for a free special summon, extra body on the field. Hero Lives, Dark Culling, which is like Miracle Fusion, but for evil heroes. Dark Contact, which is a very versatile card. It helps give you options, and I really like the artwork of Neos getting corrupted. But yeah, great card to have when you have nothing on your field or hand, just stuff like banish or in your graveyard. Dark Fusion, you're gonna search that card a lot and recycle it very often. Evil Assault, another new card. It's a key card to have. Basically special summons an evil hero from your deck at the cost of a discard, and you can also banish it to recycle Dark Fusion. Then we have Mass Change, 2 Super Polys, Dark Supremacy, which is a new card too, but you can remove it. It doesn't really do much. Maybe recycles if you have it in the graveyard, but yeah, it's not great. Then we have a bunch of hand traps and spells that are a bit unrelated to the archetype, fusion monsters. Now we have the evil hero Neos Lord. I adore the design, the artwork, but the effect is a bit lackluster in my opinion. Although it can be fusion summoned with Super Polymerization technically, since it's a Neos monster, or one fusion monster mentions it, and an effect monster on the field. But basically you probably can use Dead End Prisma. Alright, so Malicious Fiend, Bane, Starving Venom for Super Poly, sometimes it comes up. Darkest Night, another cool fusion card. Yo, the artwork is so sick. It needs a fiend and a warrior, so yeah, you kind of have to play different types of hero monsters, not only the evil heroes. It also has a floating effect if it's ever gone. But yeah, very cool card indeed, but yeah, it's very weak 1600, but with its effect it kind of makes sense. Then we have Dark Gaia, classic card, used in the anime. Dark Law, because of its banishing effect. We have Infernal Wing Backfire, which can search a bunch of cards if fusion summoned. So basically you fusion summon her. What I do is get Toxic Bubble and then special summon Toxic Bubble, and with its effect draw 2 cards. Then we have Garura, Super Poly Target, and a Link monster, because why not? And the side deck is basically a bunch of hand traps. So yeah, that's basically the deck. Obviously, you can modify whatever you want from this. This is not a competitive deck at all. I should probably be playing Omni Heroes instead of just Evil Heroes. So here's an example of what the deck can do playing pure Evil Heroes. So we see we're playing against a Blue Ice player with the new support, and he goes on to make a pretty somewhat decent field. Goes on Crimson Giant, gets a spell card, special summons a Blue Eyes, equips a fusion monster to it, but then creates the Synchro, but I Nibiru him, so everything's gone. Now it's my turn, so what I do is Adjusted Goal, takes Evil Assault, special summons Dead in Prison, then sends a monster to the graveyard, and Necrom can special summon from the deck, so we get Infernal Rider to get Dark Fusion, and then we can fusion summon. And yeah, it kind of went fast, but so yeah, now it's against a Sword player. Pretty sure I lost this one. But here is where the deck kind of struggles sometimes. So we're trying to go for a Dusted Gold to the combo Evil Assault, special summon Dead in Prison. He banished it. I triple tacked this, but now I bricked. So there's nothing I can do now. Lord Calling for Bane, but then he wants to banish it. I tried to mass change, but he still defeats me. Here I was playing against an ABC Ojama player, but I start with a Dead in Prison to send Necrom to the graveyard, then special summon Infernal Rider, fusion summon for Backfire, then we special summon Toxic Bubble to draw 2 cards, and fusion summon into a Darkest Night. I super poly his field for a Garura, but he's still able to combo off. I get to special summon Stratos, he gets to special summon a bunch of stuff. That's the new Kaima cards too. So Union Hanger activates effect, special summons a monster, and he attacks two of my monsters. Special summon 3 monsters. But yeah, from here on out, I think I win here. Bane destroys his field. He can't do much here. Then in Prison restarts the combo. Necrom to Infernal Rider to Dark Fusion, fusion summons. He destroys my Dark Gaia, but yeah, that won't do anything. Here we have somewhat of a mirror match, but my opponent is playing Omni Heroes, not only Evil Heroes, so obviously his deck is probably much better than mine. And I think I pretty much break here. I only have Infernal Rider, Infernal Gainer I meant, and nothing else much. So I guess you can see what the deck would look like by someone who plays all the heroes. Malicious. Link summons, fusion summons, gets Sunrise to for a miracle fusion, and resets the poly. Special summons another malicious. Whoa! Fusion summons for DPE and the new Flame Wayman. And I lost here. So here I'm against a Fire King player. So we do Adjusted Gold to take Evil Assault, special summon Dead in Prison, again Infernal Rider, send Necrom to special summon Infernal Rider from the deck, Dark Fusion, Bane. That's the pretty weak board to be honest. But even then, Bane is able to put on the work because he can't seem to get rid of it. He special summons his two Garura? I forgot its name. But he makes XP here because the Bane can be destroyed by effects. But from here on out, I can just get rid of his SP Little Knight without even activating an effect. So I avoid SP Little Knight's effect. I take Super Poly from the deck and recycle Dark Fusion. But yeah, can't do much here. I feel like he probably could have done something else, but I guess he chose just to surrender. So, up against the same player, with the same deck, and he seems to only have one card face down, and this is after siding by the way, so you might see something that fucks up with my deck. But here I'm going with the classic combo, Evil Assault, Dead in Prison, Necrom, Infernal Rider, and here's the card that fucked me over. The fucking what's it called? Dimensional Barrier. So I couldn't even fusion summon. So he goes off doing his combo. I'm not too familiar with Fire King combos. I haven't really played against it to be honest. So he summons his two big monsters, does the Exceed summon. I super poly by mistake. I probably shouldn't have done that, but oh well. And from here, yeah, I'm screwed. Can't do much. He goes on and on to special summon, but he won. This is game. And I think this is the final match, the final duel between me and the Fire King player. So again, the same combo, Evil Assault, special summon Dead in Prison, send Necrom to the graveyard, special summon, and then special summon Infernal Rider, and we're able to fusion summon, but then he Nibiru's us, so yeah, everything's lost. The weakest, like this is the most, Hero's biggest weakness is special summoning too much and playing into Nibiru. And yeah, from here he wins. So here I'm against another Blue Eyes player with a bit of Kashtira it seems. So free body, but then he negates it. Send Necrom, special summon. Banishes our Infernal Gainer, but we still get Dark Fusion. But we weren't able to draw two cards because he Fake Veiler does. He had his other Kashtira, so I was kind of screwed here. Yeah, the new support for Blue Eyes seems pretty legit, but yeah, he mixed it with Kashtira, so I was kind of screwed. Dark Contact gives us an option at least. Darkest Night, but he destroys it. I try to special summon, but he negates it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this match. So what are my overall thoughts about the deck? Well, I really like the new support. As an anime fan, I like how it references a lot of the anime and also makes it like a what if scenario with Neo's Lord. So on that aspect, I give it like a 10 out of 10. There are very cool concepts in the deck, and also it's enjoyable to see different types of evil heroes being created. So as an anime fan, I think it's a very enjoyable deck. But yeah, it's heroes. It has a lot of the problems that the hero decks have, like if you special summon a lot, it's a big victim to Nibiru. So it's very susceptible to hand traps. So against other decks, this deck isn't that powerful, especially if you're playing it pure, but there are many different people that have made Omni Hero decks. In any case, let me know how you feel about the new support. Leave a suggestion if you have an idea for another character or deck I can try. Thanks for watching and see you next time.